Brock Purdy would be the rightful MVP leader had he not suffered a turf toe injury in Week 1 while beating the Seattle Seahawks. We learned that and much more on this field here in Indianapolis. 48-27 San Francisco blowout win over the Colts. The margin, 21 points. Remember that the Seattle Seahawks only beat the Colts by 2 at home. We also learned quite a bit in the locker room. The big question is George Kittle's health. Exited with an ankle injury, and he had this to say about it in the locker room.
My concern level, I don't think it's a high ankle sprain, so, we'll take it one day at a time, and we'll go from there. It happened second quarter. We had a drive. Feel like I got hip dropped. Ankle got stuck in the grass or the turf, the cork turf, really weird field. And, try to tape it up. Went in the third quarter. Then it just got worse from there. And, if I can't, run very fast or plant, then I think it's a better op for my other tight ends to go in there and make plays.
So that's good news. George does not think it's a high ankle sprain. I believe that translates into a chance to play next week against the Chicago Bears. Remember, it is a short week for the 49ers. So that, I guess, is some bad news. The overarching good news, though, is that they have one of the elite quarterbacks in all of football. Let's go through some of this for Brock Purdy. He threw 4 touchdown passes targeting outbreaking routes in this game, the most in any game since 2022. The 5 other quarterbacks who have done so since 2018 are Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Tom Brady, Dak Prescott, and Josh Allen. NFL Next Gen Stats, I just retweeted it right here. Brock Purdy has a 144.6 passer rating when targeting George Kittle this season, the highest between any QB receiver duo in the last 5 seasons. Purdy, when targeting Kittle, is an 84% completion percentage, 7 touchdowns, no interceptions. Retweet that from NFL Researcher. Hayden Winks, this is a good point, and this is what I was going to get to anyway. At what point is this 49ers offense so good that their injured defense is no longer a disqualifier? This feels like that point. Yes, what happened on this field at Lucas Oil Stadium felt like the tipping point. This 49ers offense, 48 points, most that they've scored since 2019 when they beat the Panthers 51-13. The 48 points the 49ers put up today with Purdy essentially throwing 6 touchdown passes. Because over there on the other side of the end zone, he threw one to Jake Tonjes that should have been reviewed. 49ers dropped the ball on that. That was a catch. Officials said that it wasn't. So instead, Purdy had to throw another touchdown pass on the very next play to this very spot on the field. This is where Christian McCaffrey caught one of those 4 touchdown passes outside the numbers from Brock Purdy. Speaking of numbers, absolutely insane statistical performance. Purdy's going to be number 1 across the charts once the new updated QBR metrics come out, once we see the EPA per play. He probably will have enough snaps to qualify now. He was a little short on that because he missed those 8 games due to injury. But the 49ers may have the best quarterback in the game, period. Anybody who has said that Purdy is not an elite quarterback, anybody who's tried to ignore the numbers, ignore the stats, you've been wrong, dead wrong. It's a black eye on the reputations of people who cover this sport, because the data, the tape, everything has been there. For whatever reason, people have been too stubborn to admit that Brock Purdy is this good. Well, sorry, he is this good. There is absolutely no denying it at this point, and we will take Trent Williams' word for how Brock Purdy is so good.
When you're in that huddle, it's only one voice speaking, right? And you got 10 grown men staring at you. And you can't fool grown men, right? And the confidence that he has in that huddle, no matter what phase of the game, those long play calls, just getting everybody where they need to be. He from A to Z, he does it at a really high level. And I say it all the time, he's a godsend, man, for us to get him where we got him. And obviously he's getting what he deserved now, but you can't even tell he's still the same guy. Still the same guy from his rookie year. And he's just a baller, man.
That's Big Trent in the 49ers locker room. Now, Purdy did throw an interception, but it wasn't his fault. It was off the hands of Kendrick Bourne, who had one of the great teammate answers in a press conference. He made sure to blame himself. It was Kendrick's fault. The ball did bounce off his hands. But KB was in that locker room apologizing to Brock Purdy and then saying this in the 49ers locker room.
Brock's performance was great, 5 touchdowns. The only thing I think about is I dropped the ball. I hate that. I made him throw an interception. He was having a perfect game. And we were freaking going back and forth. He's like, nah, I could have hit you. I was like, nah, I dropped it. So that relationship is just dope, you know, holding ourselves accountable and not trying to blame each other. But I know I can catch the ball. I know I can run a better route. I was kind of like too far across the field. So that's the things I think about, like, you know, we played good, but those little defenses kind of put a team away, like. But Dean Winters, shout out Dean Winters, he saved me. He went pick 6, so it all worked out. But I just got to finish it.
Did you know the offense is not punted this month?
Wow.
Shout
out special teams. Shout out special teams. They've been playing phenomenal. Sky, that was like his most returns, I think. I always talking about it. But putting up those points and stuff like that has been fun. So that's good. That's good.
Now for Kendrick Bourne, that $500,000 bonus, he needed one more receiving yard to get to 500 on the season, and he just wasn't able to hang on to the football. It was a tough call, tough overturn. He then, though, was able to catch the next attempt from Brock Purdy, which was right before halftime, and it came right to this spot of the field. It actually, right to this sideline. He stepped out of bounds with 3 seconds to go. That gave Kendrick Bourne his $500,000 bonus, so congratulations to him. But it set up Eddie Pinheiro for a 64-yard field goal, and it clanged off of that crossbar. Brutal. Eddie, though, good news is he's still the number 2 ranked kicker of all time in terms of field goal percentage. It did not drop him below number 2, and he made his next kick. That was the first field goal he's missed as a 49er. He's now 27 of 28. And Eddie told me that he took a little bit of leg out because he felt that if he just totally powered through, he could shank the kick. He wanted to make sure he kicked it straight. And as of right now, Eddie's range, 63 yards. He's got to prove that he can make it from 64. He's very, very close. Only 6 kicks have been made from 64 yards or more in all of NFL history. I had a chance to talk to Brant Boyer, 49ers special teams coach, in the locker room. He too, he's just so proud of this special teams unit, which provided a difference, like a winning difference again. They're in a race with the Seattle Seahawks to be the best special teams unit in the game. Seattle's coming up on the schedule for the 49ers here in just a couple weeks to round out the regular season. And this comes after the 49ers were number 32 last year, like dead last. And Boyer is just so proud of guys like Saran Neal. He's proud of Eddie Pinheiro. 49ers are getting the job done on special teams. The fumble that they forced from Amir Abdullah was a game-turning play. It was Jake Tonjes recovering the fumble that Jair Brown forced. Look, found a smelling salt here on the football field. This is just sitting on the field here at Lucas Oil Stadium. Speaking of special teams, the 49ers haven't had to use their punter this month. Thomas Morstead last punted November 30th. That was against the Cleveland Browns. 49ers could go an entire month without punting. That's a testament to how good this offense has been. And, we go back to that Hayden Winks tweet. He said, at what point does this 49ers offense just override everything because of how good they are? Maybe now is that point. They're literally not punting, and they're doing so without a full array of weapons. Brandon Ayuk has chosen not to play for this team this year. They didn't have Ricky Pearsall today. They made up for it with DeMarcus Robinson, scored the first touchdown from Brock Purdy. Obviously, Juwan Jennings had a big game. George Kittle had a big game. Christian McCaffrey has passed 1,000 rushing yards now for the season. He was happy about that milestone. He knows he's a little bit off pace now. He's got about 150 receiving yards to go to be 1,000. But just one play can get Christian McCaffrey back on track. Unbelievable. Looking through some of this, the 49ers defense, we got to address the defense, right? I talked about it earlier. D. Winters confirmed that they were surprised by what the Colts brought to the table offensively at the start of this game.
Yeah, that surprised us a lot, honestly. We saw a bunch of quick game against Seattle, and we wanted to be, very reactive once we saw the quick game. So them coming out was a little bit different, and that's what we had to adjust to. But Solid did a great job at halftime and, letting us know what kind of looks we were going to get. And, I think we executed pretty well.
So the 49ers thought that Rivers was going to be going short game again, just like he did in Seattle last week. And that's why they were not prepared for Rivers to attack downfield. And it wasn't until halftime that Robert Saleh made major adjustments, or was able to make some of the biggest adjustments that put this in a better place for the 49ers defense. It was Winters who had the pick 6. Obviously a massive play for the 49ers. Alfred Collins and CJ West, both with their first career sacks. Those were fun moments. You'll hear about some of those in the videos from the 49ers locker room of all these interviews. But the CJ West play was the only one that really came in the first half. 49ers were getting trampled by Phillip Rivers, and I guess maybe trampled is not the right word since it wasn't happening on the ground, but they were getting burned by Phillip Rivers, a 44-year-old quarterback without much of an arm. And it was brutal for the 49ers. Thankfully, they got the special teams play, and thankfully Brock Purdy is an elite quarterback, and that offensive connection with Kittle and company is so good, and that kept the 49ers out in front. This could be the last time that I cover a road game this season, and the 49ers could hoist a Lombardi trophy without having to play away from Levi's Stadium. The Super Bowl's at Levi's. The final 2 regular season games are at Levi's. If they win against the Bears on a short week and then against the Seahawks, they'll have home field advantage, and they'll be only 3 games away from hoisting that Lombardi trophy. Just crazy, right? So get a good look at this field. Lucas Oil Stadium, 49ers get their first win here in quite some time. They score 48 points. Brock Purdy, MVP type of performance. They're 5-0 since he's returned. They've got a shot to win it all because of how good he is and how good this offense is. Big win for San Francisco. Let's take a step into the locker room.
Yeah, he did awesome, man. Played really well. Got on him for a couple he missed. But it was pretty close to a perfect game, so he did a hell of a job.
For the moment, felt kind of right to do. She didn't have on any 49ers gear, so that's what she got.
You guys just got your 11th win. You had 11 losses last year. What's the biggest difference between this year's team and last year's team?
Oh, man, it's football. It's football. I think you have to go watch the film to see.
Brock was just looking at it today. How many different people?
Wasn't it like 5 different people? Yeah, it was definitely a Christmas Eve night, I would say, for sure.
How much confidence does this team have right now?
Tons. The same confidence that we had each and every week. Going back to Grant, even last year, same confidence. Just gotta be able to just stack this and move forward.
Kyle was talking about this year the shift from let's get to the Super Bowl to let's just be the best we can. How is that mentality help this team?
Every day is just grind it out week. We got a short week coming up, and now we're worried about the Bears. That quickly, just grind it out.
How much do you enjoy seeing Kendrick get that extra bonus in his contract?
Oh yeah, we love it. We love money. That's money talk. That's money talk. That's a money grab. Man, I love it, man. Happy for KB. Energy he brings, for him to come back. It meant a lot, honestly, because I wanted to play with KB. So it means a lot, man. Still see him bringing the same sunshine he does each and every day. Happy for him.
With that first catch, almost had it, and then it was called back. So kind of a little roller coaster emotion for him.
Yeah, it was, and he bounced back quickly, and don't expect anything less from him.
After all you guys have been through this season, to have a chance at the 1 seed with 2 games to play, how impressive is it that you guys have just been able to grind it out week after week?
Let's go. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Turn me up, man. Turn me up. That's the type that turn me up, man. You know what I'm saying? So come out, we gotta finish it. Gotta finish it. It's like, making a good crossover and not hitting a 3. You gotta finish it.
You pride yourself on contested catches. Do you enjoy that?
I enjoy it all. Even times when it might not look like I'm enjoying it. It's all about the love of the sport. So I enjoy every bit of it.
A couple more for JJ, if anything.
This offense hasn't punted this month.
I mean, I kind of blacked out, but just very happy. I was able to do that for my team, and first of many.
You and CJ both.
Yeah.
I mean, What do you got to say about
This
you
is,
guys?
Just a testament to our hard work and our team, my teammates, D-line, pushing us, our coaches, everybody, pushing us to, be better and stuff. So, no, it's really all for them.
A little bit tougher start. Phillip Rivers was having a good first couple drives. What did you guys do to adjust?
Oh, we just, stuck to the plan. We fixed what we needed to fix and, continue to play.
Go ahead.
You seemed really happy when CJ got his sack.
Heck yeah, that's my dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, seeing everybody else just do their thing, it makes me so happy. So,
Is there something a little extra when a guy that came in with you, your rookie class, and you're kind of new to the NFL with him, when you see you're right next to the success?
Most def, I've seen the journey, and we're just getting started with just, first submitting for both of us. So I'm just really happy for him.
How sweet was it for it to end on D's pick?
Man, that was nice. And then we had to go back. I was a little tired from celebrating, but so happy this defense is resilient, and tough, and gritty. So, it's awesome.
What was it like playing against Phillip Rivers tonight?
Oh, it was awesome for real. I mean, grew up watching him, and he's a great quarterback, and it's just a blessing to be on the same field as him. So.
Is it almost surreal to be playing against Phillip Rivers?
A little bit, yeah, for sure.
What was Robert Saleh like during the first couple drives? I mean, it was a little challenging out there, and you guys then turned it around.
Oh, like I said, he just told us what we need to get better at, what we need to do better, like from our part, the back end. So we did so, and we picked it up.
Did this feel like the most complete performance of the team this year?
Yeah, we played together. Offense did their thing, special teams did their thing, defense did their thing. We still got a lot of work to do, but it was a great game. All was good.
He's playing at a high level, and he's our leader, and he's playing like it. And the way he's holding it down and making the right reads is it's crazy, and I'm glad to be part of it.
How'd you find out that you made the playoffs?
We were watching it last night at the hotel, and it was fun. It was fun. So that last play was crazy. They talked about it for like 10 minutes. They called OPI, so we were all celebrating. It was a good team bonding. Thanks. Brock's performance was great. 5 touchdowns. The only thing I think about is I dropped the ball. I hate that. I made him throw an interception. He was having a perfect game, and we were freaking going back and forth. He's like, "Nah, I could have hit you." I was like, "Nah, I dropped it." So that relationship is just dope. Holding ourselves accountable and not trying to blame each other. But I know I can catch the ball. I know I can run a better route. I was kind of like too far across the field. So that's the things I think about. Like, we played good, but those little defenses kind of put a team away. Like. But D Winner, shout out D Winners, he saved me. He went pick six, so it all worked out. But I just got to finish it.
Did you know the offense is not punted this month?
Wow!
Shout out
special teams. Shout out special teams. They've been playing phenomenal. Sky, that was like his most returns. I think I always talking about it. But putting up those points and stuff like that has been fun. So that's good. That's good.
It's always been the next man of the league, but I really can't really just put my finger on it to say, like, we doing this more than we did last year. Obviously, I didn't play a lot of games last year, so it's hard for me to give you like a full analysis. But I think just this year, I think we understand like it's not going to be given to us. I think you think coming off the Super Bowl, like you're just going to be right back there or even close, and maybe that knocked the edge off a little bit. And this year it's kind of like, no matter what kind of team we got, we know we got to go out there and play the game.
You said what was going on last year. Do you mean that this year the focus is on football?
No, I'm just saying it was just a lot. Like I said, we had the Super Bowl loss. I myself wasn't at camp. Just a lot going on.
Trent, you've been around for Brock having some good strings of games in the past. When he's locked in and producing the way he is right now, do you feel that within him? Like, how so? How does it show?
Yeah, I mean, just when you're in that huddle, it's only one voice speaking, right? And you got 10 grown men staring at you, and you can't fool grown men, right? And the confidence that he has in that huddle, no matter what phase of the game, those long play calls, just getting everybody where they need to be. I mean, he from A to Z, he does it at a really high level, and I say it all the time. He's a godsend, man, for us to get him where we got him. And obviously, he's getting what he deserves now. But you can't even tell he's still the same guy. Still the same guy from his rookie year. He's just a baller, man.
Trent, Kyle said that he finally addressed the playoffs with you guys last night since you increased the spot. And he also talked about how it's been a little bit different this year. It wasn't Super Bowl or bust. Just about trying to get better. For like you, was it a different mindset, or is it Super Bowl or bust for you?
I mean, you play the game to win a Super Bowl, right? There's no second place, there's no third place, no consolation prize. So I think every team feels like if we can't win the Super Bowl, it's like there's no way I can call this season a success. So I call it a bust, and I wouldn't call it a bust. I think that's a harsh term. But the goal is to compete for a Super Bowl, and you know, if you're not doing that, then I don't think you can say that you accomplished the goals you set out to.
Did it feel like a different mentality though this year?
I mean, for me personally, because I was here, right? Last year it's hard for me to put my finger on it because I was away. But this year, you know, like I said, I think it was just we knew that like we had the team that can compete, but we knew it wasn't going to be one of those things we just walked through everybody how we did in 23. We knew that we was going to have to, you know, ride together a little bit tighter. We was going to have to, you know, play a little harder. We was going to have to, you know, we're going to have to make plays. Big time players making big time money was going to have to make plays. It wasn't going to be a season where we can defer to anybody, right? You gotta have your best players playing their best. So I think that's the difference. But like I said, it's hard for me to tell you that wasn't the case last year because I wasn't here.
Trent, you guys are sitting here now with win the next two, home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Have you been through playoffs in both ways, where you're a low seed and trying to play on the road, and also how important is it for you guys to get that?
It's really important. It's important. It's not end all be all, but it's definitely important. You know, we got 2 playoff teams coming up, so I'm just more excited to see how we match up. Can we continue to play the football that we're proud of, the football that we played tonight? You know, because it's a great chance that we could see one of those 2 teams in the playoffs as well. So, you know, not really the number 1 seed. Obviously, it's a path to that, but it's not the number 1 thing in our mind right now, especially.
So like I said, Solid just pulled us aside and kind of just told us, like, let's play our brand of football. And you know, I think once we got settled in and kind of got the 3 and out, that's when, you know, guys started to build momentum, and you know, we won the game.
There was a lot of talk about, you know, Philip Rivers couldn't throw downfield against the Seahawks. His first pass was incomplete, but he's chucking it. I mean, he was going downfield. Did they surprise you at all with that game plan?
Yeah, that surprised us a lot, honestly. We saw a bunch of quick game against Seattle, and you know, we wanted to be, you know, very reactive once we saw like the quick game. So them coming out was a little bit different, and you know, that's what we had to adjust to. But you know, Solid did a great job at halftime, and you know, letting us know what kind of looks we were going to get, and I think we executed really well.
Can you walk us through your touchdown? What did you see? It looked like it was something you kind of been anticipating.
Yeah, the drive previously, I kind of heard a check, and they kind of ran a little spot route the same way they did on the interception, and I kind of just heard the check, and I was like, man, I'm just about to just try to trust my instincts right here and make a play, and you know, it came up huge for us.
After we're feeling like.
Felt like a movie, honestly. When I caught the ball, all I heard was my heart beating, and you know, I just saw end zone, so I was like, let's go score. Why not?
Right after Philip embraced you, what was that moment like? Can you share what he kind of said to you real quickly after the game?
Yeah, it was crazy. Just watching him play football growing up, and then obviously getting to play against him, and you know, have a pick 6 against him was huge. So definitely grateful for that, and you know, appreciate him for coming up and speaking with me.
Steve, what can you say about Alfred and CJ both getting their first NFL sacks today?
Man, they've been, you know, improving each and every week. You know, I'm so proud of those guys, and you know, even Stout and you know, all the rookies. I think they're gaining more confidence each and every week, and like I said, I'm very proud of them.
You feeling all bad about that was Philip's last pass, kind of spoiling the whole.
No, not really, honestly. It was my first career pick, so you know, I'm definitely gonna enjoy that one. But so yeah.
Was it almost a little surreal playing against Philip Rivers?
Yeah, it kind of felt fake, honestly. Like, I don't even know. I was just like, all right, this is real. So, you know, like I said, Solid did a great job preparing us, and you know, I think we executed on all levels. And you know, there's some things we got to clean up, but overall, I think we did pretty well.
You guys have a playoff berth now. You knew that going in today, but there's not a lot of playoff experience on that defense compared to the offense. So, I mean, how ready are you guys for that?
Honestly, I think we just need to focus on, you know, the remaining schedule. The playoffs are going to come, obviously, but you know, I think our main focus is just to go when they know next week, and you know, go from there.
Robert's halftime adjustments playing a big role for you guys in these games, trying to, I guess, take a step up after come out and let's say.
Yeah, we kind of came out flat, but I think Salah's probably one of the most poised coaches that I've ever had, and he, whenever you can have a calm, coordinator like that, it just gives you all the confidence in the world, like everything's gonna be all right, and he does a great job at halftime, and we're thankful for that.
You said you felt like you came out flat. How difficult is it to wait for the 8 o'clock Eastern Monday night football game on other Monday? How much did it help to get the playoff news yesterday?
Yeah, it kind of felt like forever, honestly. Being this late of a game for us, and also them coming out and doing the complete opposite of what we expected also played a huge part in it. So I think it was a good job by them, switching it up, and I think, like I said, Salah did a great job adjusting at halftime.
All right, thanks, Dave.
Thank you.